Welcome to Jen's Daily Dish. Today we're going to be making strawberry hand pies. I love strawberries, and this is a perfect way at the end of the summer season to use them and to eat them in a new, delicious way, because we're making strawberry hand pies, the kind you find in your own kitchen. First things first, apron on. We're ready. The first thing that we're going to do is to make the dough or the crust. Whisk together 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 teaspoon salt. Whisk together. Now we're going to add the butter, 16 tablespoons, into pat-like form into the flour mixture, and we're going to get it to like pecan-sized pieces. Make sure that everything is super duper cold. I'm going to work this in with my pastry cutter just to make my job a little bit easier. When the butter is so cold, it's hard to smush it a lot with your fingers. So I'm kind of cheating, but really not. Adding in 2 tablespoons cold milk and 1 egg, which I have whisked together. Adding this in, we're going to stir it together until it combines into a dough. Decided to go in with my hands to finish it up because it's going to be harder to combine otherwise. And that is ultimately one of the joys of baking, is getting messy. Once you have the dough formed, move it over to a working area. Could be on parchment paper, wax paper, your countertop, a cutting board, whatever you like. Now we're going to divide it in half, and we're going to shape each half into a 3 by 5 rectangle, which we'll figure out in a minute. So we're going to wrap that in some saran wrap. It's sticking, starting to stick a bit. I'm going to shape it a little bit more. Perfect. Let's put the 3 by 5 bricks into the refrigerator. Let them stay in there for at least an hour. While the hand pie dough is chilling out in the refrigerator, we're going to go ahead and make the delicious filling with the fresh strawberries. The recipe calls for 1 2/3 cup strawberries, either fresh or frozen. These are fresh from the local farm stand, and they have been quartered. It's about 1 container of strawberries, the bigger one that you get, the 16 ounce. Put your saucepan on. We're going to get it to medium heat and add everything in. 1 2/3 cup fresh strawberries. 2 tablespoons sugar, 1.5 teaspoons cornstarch, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, if you could only smell this now, this smells like pure heaven. I'm gonna put it in a bowl and let it cool to room temperature. You know what I say, baker's right. Let's taste it because it smells divine. That is so good. It's almost like the best strawberry mixture, thicker than jam, that you could ever taste. It is just delicious. You'll notice that I used cornstarch instead of clear gel. This clear gel stuff is something that you have to buy from a specialized market, I think. I don't have it and I couldn't find it, so I used the substitution of cornstarch. Here's the deal. Cornstarch, from what I have read, will make your mixture a little duller in color, whereas the clear gel used as a thickening agent will keep everything, well, clear. But taste-wise, it'll be just as delicious, and I can tell you right now that it will be. Even if this goes so wrong with the dough, this is scrumptious. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I've got the two 3 by 5 inch bricks out of the refrigerator. They are now ready to roll into what ultimately will become the hand pies. Lightly flour your surface. Take your brick. We're gonna roll it out into a 9 by 12 rectangle. So that's gonna be all the way down here and then all the way out to the 12 marker. There. Lightly flour. You'll see that I did the first section and it didn't turn out so pretty. So we're gonna try to make the second section a little bit better. Let's see. See, I wasn't lying when I told you guys I was a first-time baker. This is getting a little tricky because the butter is starting to melt. So I'm trying to work as quickly as I can. Okay, I think I did it. I'm trying to even it up here best I possibly can. I am trying to move quickly. But let's get this done because the berries still smell delicious, and regardless of what is going on right now, which is a complete mess, they will still turn out delicious. Divide the delicious strawberry filling between your individual squares. As you'll see, my squares are not exactly all equal to each other. So I put less filling in the ones that are smaller and more in the ones that are bigger, making sure that I have a border around the filling for the egg wash that we're going to do. Cut vents into the other pieces. So I'm just gonna go like this. It says you can use a decorative cutter. I'm not clear on that, so I'm just gonna do this, and it should work out fine. Brush beaten egg around the edges. Flour the heck out of your surface because it'll be far easier to get the very wet, melting, buttery dough off of your surface. You'll see I cheated a bit along the way with some of the pieces. Doesn't matter because it's going to go in the oven and it's going to be delicious. It says to crimp the edges before you move it to the cookie sheet. I'm not taking any chances. I'm moving it to the cookie sheet and then I'm going to crimp it. Crimping the edges makes sure that it's like sticks together, at least most of the time. Brush the tops with a beaten egg. It's going to make them glossy. Now I'm going to sprinkle the tops with sparkling sugar. What is sparkling sugar? Sparkling sugar is coarse sugar, and I'm going to show you the difference. If you look in the cup, my hands are so dirty right now, you'll see these almost look like beads. That's the sparkling sugar, and this over here is regular granulated sugar. So this is going to make it like those tops of scones with the big sugar pieces. You don't need to use any sugar at all, but because I found it, I'm going to go ahead and use it. into the oven for 28 to 33 minutes until they're golden brown. Timer went off, they're ready, and they're golden brown. Oh, wow, look at that. Despite my disasters, they look pretty good and they smell even better. Let them cool on the pan and we'll be back to taste them. The hand pies cooled on the cookie sheet and look at them. It made 9. Maybe not the most perfect hand pies you've ever seen, and you saw the trouble I had, but look how beautiful they look now. Let's taste them. You'll see they're a nice golden brown. My seaming cutting worked out just fine with the strawberries in the middle. See the bottom. Bottom looks great, nice golden brown. You'll see the sparkling sugar pieces are quite big. And I can see why they call it sparkling sugar. Now let's cut into it. Oh, look at that. You can see it's actually flaky. Oh, it's even flaking off right now. So I think the dough worked out perfectly, even though it was melting. The top of it just looks great. I think I need to try a bite. Even though I use the cornstarch, you'll see the color of the strawberries coming through. This is beyond delicious. I am a huge strawberry fan, and they are encrusted in a very flaky dough, and the sugar on top giving it a little bit of crunch. If ever there was a video to prove to you, if I can do this, you can too, this is the one. These turned out so beautifully and are so delicious. Go ahead, give it a try. Don't forget to share this video so other people can try making them. Like the video, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode. The first thing that we're going to... Apron on! Apron on! Okay, let's try it again.